Rebuttal that no one was waiting for is about to start.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. So, last week I saw a user on Twitter comparing Zapier with Replit. And more specifically, he wanted to build a Stripe to Slack automation. On the tweet, he was mentioning that Zapier would cost $30 per month just to add a filter, and instead Replit will build it for 1/10 of the cost, as well as adding tests. And I said, wait a minute, I work for Zapier. That can't be true. I can build the same automation using Zapier Central for free. You wanna try? Let's go! So, before we start, let's go back to the original tweet and see what it takes to create the automation the user describes with Replit. So, let's watch the video. Starts with some chat with the system. They agree on what they want to build. So the user wants to create an application that every time someone cancels a subscription, it notifies through Slack about it, or when someone subscribes. The Replit generating a lot of code, files, a lot of code actually, and it's done. Now the user has an application, probably needs to deploy it somewhere. Maybe Replit also give a service for that, I don't know. But you don't have to know code to use an automation like this. So let's go back to our app and see how you can build the same thing using Zapier Central without any line of code. So you go to Zapier Central and you create a new assistant. Let's call this one Stripe Assistant and press create. Then, since we are talking about an automation, every time you hear automation on Zapier Central, this is a behavior. So you click behaviors and then create a new behavior. Every behavior needs a trigger. Without a trigger, it cannot start. It's an automation. So we pick our trigger, in this case is Stripe. And every time we cancel a subscription, we want that behavior to start. For this example, I'm going to use sample data, and we add the trigger. Now we need some instruction to the assistant so it knows what to do every time the trigger happens. So in this case, we say that if the customer cancels the subscription, I want you to send me an update as a message on Slack about it and tell me also if they gave a reason. I add one more line to format the message using the Slack formatting rules, just to have it nice and clean. And the last step is to add an action, which in our case is to send the message on Slack. So we pick the Slack app and we search for message channel. Send a channel message. It picks the account, and for this demo, I created a channel only for what we want to do called Central Stripe Testing Channel. We add the action, and this is it. Now, the only last step is to test that it works. So we press test behavior. It is going now on Stripe to pick up the latest canceled subscription, in this case, the demo sample data, generated what we want to send, the message, and now it asks me if you want to send it. I will say yes. It's only for this demo. When that behavior goes live, it will never ask you. It will run automatically. So I will say yes. Send me the message. And now it is going to send the message to Slack. That was it. The message is now on our Slack channel, and I will show you now. So if I go to Slack, I can see subscription canceled, customer name, customer email, ID, and the reason if given. I go back to Zapier Central, and the last step is to turn on this behavior, and it's deployed. It's now listening for canceled subscriptions, and every time it happens, we get a message. The last part is to create one more automation for the other customers that sign up. Exactly the same steps. I select Stripe. In this case, we're gonna select new subscription. Again, sample data for our test and add the trigger. We have the rules. Last step is to add the Slack channel that we want to send a message. Send a channel message, pick the channel. Our channel is Central Stripe Testing. We add the action. We can test the behavior again. And don't forget, in this one, we also instructed the assistant that if the value of the subscription is it's not more than $30, do not send me the message. So the subscription value is below 30, so no Slack message needs to be sent. So it works. We can enable this one, and we are ready. Now, every time a customer subscribes to our app or they cancel the subscription, we're gonna get notified on Slack. Most importantly, this is for free. So I suggest to Sally, why don't try Zapier Central, give it a try, save some money, maybe buy a coffee and have it work in the background. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.